Hey everybody, this is Rabia's blog, and I have some tragic news today. On Monday, August 11th, 2014, Robin Williams had recently passed away through suicide. Um, Usually I don't do videos that deal with celebrities dying because these are topics that are usually depressing for me to talk about. But Robin Williams' death has really hit me hard because he was such a huge inspiration in my life. And to hear that he had died through suicide was really heartbreaking for me, and it has really crushed me in many ways that I cannot imagine. Um, there were so many movies I've seen by Robin Williams that really shaped my childhood to this very day. Like, for example, I used to watch Disney's Aladdin all the time. I love the way Robin Williams voiced Genie in that role. He was just so funny. He brought so much life to the character and so much life to the movie that was something I can never forget about when watching Aladdin. And Genie has always remained to be one of my most favorite Disney characters of all time for that reason. And another movie I used to watch by Robin Williams was Mrs. Doubtfire. I think Mrs. Doubtfire was one of his most heartwarming films I've seen throughout the 90s. It was basically about a husband who was played by Robin Williams who's going through divorce. And in order to see his kids again, he dresses up as a nanny. And that was something I always liked about that movie was Robin Williams' character willing to dress up as a nanny just to see his kids again. I find that very heartwarming indeed. Another movie I used to watch when I was little that's done by Robin Williams was Hook. I love the way that Robin Williams brought so much life to Peter Pan's character. Um, he also brought a lot of complexity to Peter Pan's character as Peter's trying to decide whether or not he wants to become a grown up or he wants to become a kid again. I think Robin Williams just brought so much yikes. He brought so much life to that character that I just felt for Peter throughout his whole ordeal and Hook. And there were some obscure movies that I used to watch by Robin Williams, such as most of his work with Rabbit Ears Productions. A lot of people are not familiar with Rabbit Ears Productions, but some of the stories he narrated were Pecos Bill and The Fool and the Flying Ship. And The Fool and the Flying Ship remains to this very day to be one of my most favorite films by Robin Williams. Well, favorite stories narrated by Robin Williams. Like, I love how much humor Robin Williams brought to those characters, and how much quirkiness he brought to the story itself. And he did the same with Pecos Bill. He brought a lot of humor. He brought so much life to that story, and I just loved the way Rob Williams portrayed all those characters in those stories. And then for his more serious films, I used to watch Dead Poet Society a lot when I was in high school. And even though I watched it a lot in high school, I never once got tired of that movie. I actually used to get excited when that movie came out because Robin Williams did a fantastic job in portraying the teacher in the film, Mr. Keaton. And I would never forget this phrase, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." That's probably the phrase that I would never forget about in that entire movie. It has stayed with me to this very day. And another serious movie that Robin Williams used to do was Bicentennial Man. It was about a robot who wanted to become human. And I think Robin Williams did a fantastic job in portraying that role. So I am at loss of words for what I have to say about his death because Robin Williams was such a huge inspiration in my life, and hearing that he just recently died, it's like it feels like part of my childhood is missing now because he was such a huge part of my childhood, and it's like, what would I do now without the one actor who really influenced my childhood? And this was probably the first video I've done about talking about a celebrity's death because even though there were many other celebrities in the past that have died, like Whitney Houston and James Avery, Bob Hoskins, Michael Jackson, those deaths also affected me. None of the other celebrity deaths has affected me as much as Robin Williams. He was just a force to be reckoned with in my life, and to hear his death has really crushed me. And, I always think to myself, what would I do now without the one actor who really, really shaped my childhood as it is? But despite all that, I would never forget Robin Williams films. I will always keep watching his films to this very day. I would still watch Disney's Aladdin. I would still watch Dead Poet Society, Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Fool and the Flying Ship. There's just so many films I would still watch by Robin Williams, and even films I haven't seen yet, like Good Morning Vietnam and Jack, and so many other films that he has done that I haven't seen yet. I would gladly watch all those films of Robin Williams in honor of his memory. And I give my condolences to his friends and family who are also suffering through this. So, rest in peace, Robin Williams. You will never be forgotten. You have contributed so much to the movie industry, and your hard work, your humorous nature, your unique talent will never be forgotten, no matter what. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. So, tell me in the comments below, um, how has Robin Williams' death affected you, and what are some of your favorite films from Robin Williams? And I'll see you later. Oh, Captain, my Captain.